Bing bong.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Paddock Talk. I am Kyle,
And I'm Scott.
and me and Scott taking another classic extended break, Scott, but we're back and ready to talk about F1.
Just to be transparent with the fans, it was all my fault. I had a death in the family. My mom passed away from cancer. So it was just a lot of stuff going on and just could not really pin a date to actually record anything and being in the right mental state. Well, as much of a mental state as I can be. But I am back, and I just want to say it's good to be back with my buddy Kyle, and fuck cancer.
Absolutely, buddy, fuck cancer, and I want everyone to send Scott their well wishes and let him know we love him. But Scott, some of the news we've missed over the week before we get into a little quick Monaco review because we've been away, and then a little Spanish GP preview.
Yes, let's talk about. We were going to try to record last week and just could not get to it, but Ferrari signed Charles Leclerc to a multi-year contract to lock him down, and oh boy, did he really! Did that really show in Monaco? Um, Also, Gucci is now the new title sponsor for Alpine starting next year. I think they signed a 3-year deal worth around 150 million. So we'll go from a pink and blue Alpine to a black with a little gold Alpine.
Yeah, that's that one was actually kind of exciting. It's kind of funny just seeing Gucci in there, that they're going to be called the Gucci Alpine Racing or Gucci Racing or whatever. Just kind of a meme
It,
from my youth.
oh, it's Gucci Racing, but the renders I've seen of the car, it harbors back to the fucking rich energy car that Haas had. Oh my god, it's just like, just looks really just similar. So hopefully they kind of stray away from it.
Yeah. Also on the news docket, Vegas, an exciting new track, is extended with F1, so it's going to be on the calendar until 2037, Scott. The first few years of that race have been pretty exciting, race-wise anyway. Obviously, there are a lot of controversies around like the price gouging on tickets and just some of the tactics they'll do, like blocking out like walkway, like clear walkway windows and hotel windows so people can't watch the race, but still exciting nonetheless, race-wise.
Well, for the American races, it's probably the second best track, and they've built this like beautiful like paddock area, like a permanent paddock area. So you kind of figured they would stay a while, like with all the money they've invested in Vegas. Uh, I mean, it's a lot better than Miami. I have very well voiced my opinions on Miami, and yeah, I would prefer Vegas over the Miami circuit. Good for them. Like, we'll at least have 2 races in the U.S.
Hmm.
So I'm happy. I'm happy. I can't, not to say that I would love to go to that track because, like, I, I'm not a fan of the Vegas street circuit per se, like of the city of Vegas. Because I mean, if I want to go watch homeless people pissing in the streets during a race, I'll just go to the Charlotte race down the road. So uh, it is what it is. But I'm happy for Vegas. Like I said, I kind of figured they were going to get the big push, especially with them, the FIA building that huge paddock area and pushing the Vegas circuit. And plus, it was in the F1 movie as well. So, you know, they're really pushing it.
Oh yeah. Also, it was McLaren's 1000th GP at Monaco. So they were hoping to have a little bit of good luck, but as we get into Monaco, they did not particularly have a good race.
Yeah, I liked some of the drivers, you know, whipping out like early McLaren. I think Mika Hakkinen drove, I want to say it was the first or second iteration of the McLaren car from the 60s around Monaco, and holy shit, man, just hearing those early engines, like, it just brings a tear to my eye, the most positive way I can think of.
Yeah, I did. I did see the video of him starting the car and it kind of making Lando jump, as he was unaware just due to the noise of it. As The cars are so quiet nowadays. But it kind of seems like we might be getting into some louder cars in the next couple years, Scott, as well.
Oh yes, the FIA and the teams have agreed. We're going to start moving very, very briefly. What is it now? It's not a 50-50 split. It's like a 52 to 48 split. Next season, it's supposed to be, I think, a 55 to a 45 split for ICE to electric, and then in 2028 they're looking at a 60 to 40 split of the engine, 60% being the ICE power unit. Uh, no complaints for me. The more you can get away from the battery, the better the racing's going to be. So I'm really happy. I really wish it would have been more of a split. I'll take what I can get, though.
Yeah, considering the way we've seen things move, I feel like the years after it could increase as we get closer to 2031 or whenever the new regulations come in. But I feel like the F1, they've taken so much flack for the yo-yo racing and how everyone is just calling F1 like Formula E V2 nowadays. So I'm excited to get back to some more powerful fossil fuel powered cars.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So hopefully this is a big step in the right direction with going towards more ICE, sustainable fuel, run on sustainable fuels.
Oh, damn it.
I'm
Oh,
excited. Huh?
I forgot.
What?
Forget my that they were on sustainable stuff. Forget my fossil fuels comment.
Oh my god. That's one strike for the 1 month break we've taken.
Yep.
Yes. Sustainable fuels. So hopefully this is the step in the right direction for that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So should we just get into just what a weird race Monaco was?
Yeah, totally. Qualifying was pretty exciting. Like, I don't know if you want to go all the way back to practice, but I didn't have too much written down for practice, but Ferrari was the heavy favorite going into Monaco. Charles' home race, him signing the extension and all that. And through the first couple practice sessions, Charles and Lewis were looking mighty, mighty impressive. Especially Charles. I can't remember how many sessions he topped out of the practice sessions, but it was looking everything was looking up for Ferrari until qualifying, where they kind of disappointed a little bit. I can't remember quite where Charles qualified. I think it was fourth. He was looking quick, and then kind of just fell off in Q3. Um, but yeah, Scott, what did you think?
Yeah, it was a Ferrari dominant heavy practice session. Qualifying, it was Antonelli, Verstappen, Hamilton, Charles. So I think it's like Hamilton and Charles were on row two.
Yeah.
I totally thought it was going to be a Ferrari win, whether it was Hamilton, Leclerc. But Antonelli said YOLO and just burned off like one of the best laps that he could find. And at Monaco, I think it's around like a 90% chance if you start on the front row, you're going to win. I had the statistic here, and let me see if I can pull that up. Oh, I hate being out of practice. I really, really do.
No, that is a good
No,
statistic.
80. I am sorry. It is 60% win from the pole, 20% win from P2, 20% win from P3, 80% if winner if you start on pole or on the front row.
That was
At
80%
least
from
since
P2?
80% have won starting on the front row, going from the year 2000.
Damn.
David Coulthard and Juan Pablo Montoya, Lewis Hamilton, and Sergio Perez were the only drivers to win Monaco starting P3.
Wow.
Yep, I'm sorry, Lewis Hamilton did it. Lewis Hamilton did it twice. Yeah, so I'm sorry, 5 drivers since the year 2000 have won from P3. The rest have been P1 or the occasional P2.
Damn. That's crazy. And that would have been nice because I was hoping Max was gonna win. this weekend. I'll get into my bets a little bit later. I'll just review mine for Monaco because I did have some bets in, but for Monaco, it wasn't too impressive. But again, like I said, we'll get into that later. But the beginning of the race, Scott, the most exciting thing, honestly, was Max not getting off the line, or barely getting off the line, should I say.
That poor Ford Red Bull power unit, holy shit. Yeah, just go and just fucking died. Like, just fucking died on the starting line. But yeah, like, kudos all the drivers for missing him because, like I say, he started P2. That is this, especially going balls to the walls to turn one. But yeah, just Max was not happy with the car. Did his fucking interview and said, home, 500 feet away.
Yeah, with your stat that you listed to, like I said, I was hoping Max was going to have such a good race, and he looked impressive in qualifying, and then not being able to get off the line. Like you said, there was one car, I think, that was very close to hitting him. I can't remember who it was on the third or fourth line of the grid, but after that, the race kind of just settled in. You know, it is Monaco, so nothing like crazy, crazy happening that I had in my notes. There were multiple DNFs in Monaco. I can't remember. I remember Charles and Lando. Um, they both hit the. There was a patch of the asphalt coming up in the final turn of Monaco. I can't remember what number the turn is, but some drivers had noted it during the race. I know Checo had noted it, I think, while driving around, but Lance hit it on lap 56, I think, and caused a safety
So yes,
car.
so with between Rascass and last two turns into the front stretch,
Yeah.
yeah. So Verstappen, Bottas, Bear, Norris had just regular mechanical issues, and then Lance Stroll just yeeted himself into the nodes. And after the safety car ended, you see Leclerc and Hamilton on the front stretch, and there's no Shaw, and he bends it into the wall. Anthony Nodes, just like Lance Stroll, and red flags thrown. There's patches of asphalt up. They take about 20-30 minutes to decide whether they should even race just because of the asphalt coming up.
Yeah.
So, race director says, "Let's finish this race." And they do. It's like, okay, maybe Lewis Hamilton has a shot. No fucking shot. Kimi Antonelli goes for his 5th win in a row. Like, just on a huge heater right now in F1. Lewis Hamilton did get a podium in Monaco in a Ferrari. He's on a hot streak right now. That's what, 2 straight podiums? 2 or
Oh
3?
yeah. Podiums for Kimi?
Yes. No, no, for Lewis.
Lewis, yeah, yeah. It's a string now of 2 or 3. Yeah, he's been the better Ferrari, honestly, throughout this season. As he's second in the drivers' championship now, after Monaco.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's because he's got somebody to impress, so he's actually, putting in
Oh
the extra
God,
effort.
dude, we're
Do we
back.
even talk about that?
Yes, because F1 got in so much shit the last season or the season before for doing nothing but showing celebrities and like driver girlfriends during the action, and that's all they did in Monaco was show Kim Kardashian literally every 10 fucking seconds. I'm sorry to swear, I gotta stop swearing. Every 10 seconds for no reason, and she was acting like a a-hole the entire weekend, shoving off Brundle for an interview, stealing Kimi Antonelli's towel. It's it's annoying, honestly. Like I don't need to see her every 20 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds on screen. I'm trying to watch a race. Sorry.
No, dude. Embrace the dark side. You're allowed to curse. Fucking embrace it, dude. I mean, if the kids are listening to us, it's their parents' fault. But agreed, 100%. I think I used the phrase entitled bitch, and that's just the air she gives. And like you said, just brushing off her and her sister brushing off Martin Brundle. Oh, you're dating an F1 driver. Shouldn't you know what the fucking grid walk is? And Martin Brundle does it every race. He's there. Wouldn't you just want to at least just nod your head and smile? And yeah, stealing Kimi Antonelli's like just towel like after the race, like yo, that's for the guy who just raced 2 hours and in the Monaco heat. I think he deserves it a little bit more than. Uh, dare I say that this is Lewis Hamilton's probably worst celebrity girlfriend? Can we not just go back to the times when he was dating Shakira?
Yeah, yeah. But again, like my biggest thing with it is that like F1 and the broadcast got in heat last season for doing it so much that there was the next race they did, it was clear they were trying not to because they didn't show someone in the garage once for like a race or two, and now they're starting to do it again where they're just showing, hey, here's so and so's girlfriend in the garage for no good reason 10 times a fucking race. Like it doesn't matter. Sorry.
They just need to find that happy balance. Yes, F1 is huge now, and actors and actresses are going to be on the grid. I honestly think they should sign a waiver that if a F1 pundit comes up to you and asks to speak, just either say, just to say, oh, I'm just happy to be here, and just walk off. I don't have time, but I'm just happy to be here, or talk, or just talk. Like you were on the F1 grid. You have this luxury of walking by these cars, all these drivers, historic drivers walking the grid, and you just treat it like I'm famous. I can just do whatever I want. Bitter poo face.
Mhm.
I just hate it. I just wish F1 would just work on that. That's just me.
Yeah, I completely agree, Scott. I think one of the other major storylines from Monaco were the amount of penalties given out to drivers, Scott. So I'm reading here that there were 15 incidents that the FIA had to rule over during that race, which I can't remember the last time that amount had happened. The last time the FIA got in a hissy fit and just wanted to get all the drivers and teams in trouble, but 15
So,
penalties.
so what it was the entrance to pit lane
Hmm.
with all the safety car stuff coming up. That's why it was entrance to pit lane. The way they had it like marked off, the drivers were taking it wide and going over the pit lane like entrance where they were speeding. Like I watched a short video of Bono just telling Kimmy, "Hey, slow down, slow down, slow down. Drivers are getting pinched. Be sure you slow down entry. Entry's here. Be sure you're under this." And the other drivers, engineers were not doing it. Like the drivers were just, I guess, where they had like they moved the mark of where they started clocking people for pit lane entry, and they just got a shit ton of people. Gasly got hit twice. He went from
Hmm.
a podium to what, seventh or eighth. Um,
Yeah, it
Sergio Perez
was.
got the first point for Cadillac and lost
Mhm.
it on a I think a 10-second penalty.
Yeah, I was gonna go over the penalties real quick. So, like you said, Gasly, he had two 5-second penalties. Hamilton had a 5-second penalty. Russell, Piastri, and Colapinto all for speeding in the pit lane. And Scott, like you said, the entrance to the pit lane, I think Palmer mentioned it on the broadcast that it might have had to do with Cadillac being added and just that shortened space in the even small Monaco pit lane now, or pit area, I guess. So I think that had something to do with it. He had mentioned on the broadcast. But yeah,
Just
like,
blame the new team.
but like you said, Perez false start. So he had a drive-through penalty. I think that was that on the restart or at the start of the race? No, at the start of the
That was no
race.
that was the start. No, that was the
Okay.
start. The red flag start, was it not?
The Planet F1 I'm reading right now says it was on the race start. I think he was investigated for the restart as well because he was investigated for a false start twice, but I think they let him off the hook that time. Um,
But George Russell got the penalty and never served and didn't serve it.
yep. And
So
yeah,
like Mercedes double stacks and they just go to town on George's car instead of serving the penalty. So he gets an extended penalty added on because he had the chance to serve it and never
yep,
did.
yep.
Gasly, they're still reviewing it as we speak now. The night before uh, the Spanish Grand Prix.
Hmm. Yeah, it's insane because I think they're just trying to get that podium back for him. I think he was fighting for, which he got knocked out of. But
Yes, he was in the podium contention until the penalties. So he finished 7 seconds behind Isaac Hadjar, who finished third. And if he gets those repealed, he would have finished 3 seconds ahead of Hadjar. So they're trying to get the podium. A, that's points for the constructors championship, and B, it's a trophy.
hmm
They have the right
um,
to review it, so who knows?
yeah, I hope so because I think he's deserving of a podium. Even though Isaac as well was pretty deserving, he had a rough weekend crashing out in practice and kind of
Both
getting
are
a couple penalties throughout the race.
sorry to interrupt,
No, go
but
ahead.
both are French drivers. They really want that podium,
Yeah,
at Monaco. It's They're technically home Grand Prix. It's in the south of France, even though it's not a part of France. It is,
hmm
I, and it's one of the crown jewel races in the world. Like you want to have that trophy.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't fault I don't fault Alpine for doing this, but I really hate it when when this happens and we get like a winner a position change a week or two later. It feels like, what was it, 2003 in Brazil, when I think it was '03. It was a rainy Brazil race, and Kimi Räikkönen was credited the winner, and then the next race it ended up he like overturned. It was Fisichella. Was it Fisichella who won for the Jordan? It was end up being Jordan's last win, being credited as a winner. So like Kimmy had to like hand the trophy over to him. I just don't like
Damn.
seeing that. I want to know, like, hey, that's the race winner at the end of the day.
Yeah, I remember another instance like that the other year when I can't remember what year, what race it was, but I think George Russell or Lando Norris had to walk the third place trophy to the other one in the other team's building. So yeah, it's just like yeah, the teams get some media content out of it, but it's weird to see. But just getting back to those
Yeah.
penalties real quick. Sorry, Scott, go ahead.
Nope. No. Go right ahead. I was just gonna
Okay.
say, get to the penalties.
Yeah, the last two was Lance exceeding track limits. He's just a bad driver, so that makes sense. Exceeding track limits in Monaco somehow, even though it's all
There's no
friggin'
fucking track
walls.
limits.
It's all
There's no
walls.
fucking goddamn track limits in
Yeah,
Monaco.
yeah. And then again, yeah, that Checo Perez penalty. That's the penalty he got after the race was for the restart on the red flag. So that's the one that dropped him out of the points. All the other ones were no further action. Were the Isaac Hadjar safety car infringements. There was a couple safety car infringements. Sergio
Hey,
Perez.
but at least El Plan worked because Aston got their first point with Fernando Alonso.
Oh yeah, dude. I was actually quite happy to hear that. He was pretty happy. Finally, a positive for Aston Martin. Their first point of the season, which we can't complain about. But again, big for Fernando because coming up ahead, it's his home race in Spain. I don't know if we want to move on to Spain quite yet, Scott. If you still have stuff to talk about for Monaco, but
No, no, no. I think we covered Monaco pretty well. The
hmm
first of his two home races, because we have the Catalunya race circuit, and then we have the
is that this year as well?
Madrid race, the street course race. That's this year. Yep,
Oh my
that's later in
goodness.
the year.
Oh my goodness.
So yes, Fernando Alonso asked during driver press conferences, because we're recording Thursday before the Spanish Grand Prix. This is going to be probably his last time racing F1 in Barcelona. Everybody's freaking out like, oh my god, he's retiring this year. No, it's a rotating schedule now with Barcelona, so they won't be back racing until 2028. So you're probably going to get Alonso for the year and possibly next year.
Yeah, and Aston Martin, I think, is supposed to be bringing a pretty major upgrade in the next couple of races, I think. I don't know if it's quite at Spain or gonna be at Austria, but Hopefully they'll be able to pick something up. I would assume it's for Barcelona, just trying to get Fernando higher up into the points. So hopefully we'll see a pretty drastically changed Aston Martin this weekend, which I am just praying for after this season. They limped the car home in Japan because they had to, so I feel like they have to do something special for Fernando here. And Adrian Newey might have something cooked up in his little green book.
Like a proper actual point finish instead of like a clusterfuck of penalty point finish that he got this
Yeah.
past weekend. I mean, he knows the track very well. He's won there. I can most definitely see him pulling out the stops to have a good run, seeing how it will probably be his last race there. I doubt he's going to run until 2028. So I hope for the best for him. I hope he does it. I hope he gets the points. I hope Lance crashes and Papa Stroll's like, maybe it's my son. Maybe I need to get rid of my son.
I had seen a graphic the other day because we are starting to get into F1 silly season. So you start to see that graphic of all the drivers' contracts and like seat sets for next season. And I just saw like the driver contracts. Obviously, some of them aren't known. Like Charles, it's just like a multi-year extension. We don't know, and a lot of them aren't known. But Lance, it's always just a rolling contract, which I love and hate at the same time. It's funny to see, but you know he's just never going anywhere.
No, not at all. Like it's always a 1 year contract, but it's always like, yeah, it's a lifetime contract. There's nothing you can do. I'm better than everybody because my daddy owns a race team. Yeah. Everybody
um,
else has to fight for their contracts, but
no,
good old Lance
not Lance.
Stroll, he's set in his ways. But sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, no, you're good, Scott. Just speaking of Spaniards, though, it's been quite a quiet season for Williams. Like every race, I just feel like I don't notice them like I used to in the past couple years. Albon, aside from Albon making the same mistakes he always does, but Carlos, I thought he was gonna have a big bounce, or not like I wouldn't say resurgence. I thought he was gonna keep form when he went from Ferrari to Williams, just because they were on the up and up, but he hasn't really seemed to find his place to that team. I don't know if you have much to say on him. I just thought I'd bring him up since they're racing in Spain, but it's been quiet for him, and he was the last of the finishing drivers in Monaco. That's why I bring it up.
It it he really has been quiet. Um, I'm just looking at the points now. He is outscoring his teammate 6-5 in points in the championship, but it's just Williams. They're just really been super mid.
Hmm.
Like they get to like the bottom end of the point structure, and it's like that's where they're at. I don't know. I just think it's the car itself. We don't get to see Carlos shine like he should be. I'm sure when he signed his contract to go to Williams, he knew last year was going to be okay, a throwaway, and then this year was the year they're. And as of right now, just a few races into the season, they are not shining whatsoever. I mean, the Racing Bulls have way more points in them. Ollie Behrman has almost triple his points going into the season, or right now in the season.
Hmm.
I just honestly think it's a Williams car, and they're not performing in qualifying. They're not performing in the race, and they're just kind of stuck. Like everybody's like, want to know, oh, what's Antonelli doing? Oh my God, Ferrari and Lewis Hamilton, they're on a resurgence. Is George gonna fuck up again? A McLaren or the McLaren's gonna finish. It's just a weird season, and I agree. I just I just think the Williams car is just so mid. It's just like, like, who cares? Like they're at that point. It's like, who cares? Like they're not shitty like Cadillac or Aston Martin to make fun of and talk about, and they're
Yeah.
not good enough like the top teams to talk about. It's just a mid team that is just grown stale.
Yeah, which is kind of surprising considering they were one of the teams that like heavily focused on these new regulations the last couple of years. So like you said, yeah, they're just like the Alpine of old. They're just middling. They're just there alone, not great, not terrible, just alone.
Yeah, and they're not making good drives. It's not like Albon or Carlos are running third or fourth and could like contend to a podium. It's like they're 12th, 13th. sneak into like a top 10 if somebody goes out, or maybe just in a low downforce track, they kind of sneak into 10th or ninth place, and that's just them. It's just no competitiveness. Like, I don't know if they just didn't hit on the car. Well, that Mercedes power unit is obviously a beast because every car that has it in it is fucking ridiculous. Look at Alpine this year.
Mm-hmm.
They had it last year. This year they're scoring points left and right, and just Williams is just there.
Yeah. And McLaren can't seem to find a fix for their reliability issues. I know Mercedes has had so that like Mercedes has had a couple as well, but it seems McLaren has suffered the most of the reliability issues from that engine, and possibly just their car. They focused on last year a lot, so it would make sense that they're having
But
some troubles.
according to, let's go to what was that the AUDO with the engine performance.
Yeah.
Did you see this week they said that Red Bull had the best engine,
Yeah. Max was pretty
and that
surprised to
Mercedes,
hear that.
yeah, they have the best engine, so they get the least amount of money to put into it. And Mercedes was like the second best, so they get to add more money into it if they want to develop the engine. Like, what planet do they get this data from? Because Max Verstappen just had, a fault, an engine fault. He's going to be running a brand new power unit this weekend. Like,
Hmm.
what planet?
Yeah. I couldn't tell you, Scott. Definitely not Earth.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's shitty Honda, Audi, or Ferrari for that instance with Cadillac, because they have Cadillac weighing them down. Literally, the worst Red Bull power unit is Lindblad, who's sitting in 13th, and the worst Williams power unit is sitting in 14th and 15th with both Williams cars. Or I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand what they're looking at. Like, everything else is just Mercedes power unit, Ferrari, Mercedes power unit, Mercedes power unit, Mercedes power unit.
Hmm.
I digress. Sorry, that was just kind of eating at me as we were talking about.
No, it is shocking, and I don't know if they've released the full list yet, or if they're just kind of releasing little bits of it. But I know Ferrari was rumored to have one of the least powerful, and they've kind of confirmed that as well. Just going with the smaller turbo and stuff like we mentioned, even though like Monaco suited their car just because it's lower speed, but they still have been like decently competitive throughout the season. So I'm surprised. I'm a little interested to see how who the lower teams are on that list. Aston Martin, obviously, the Honda not being very good, but Ferrari was also supposed to be down there, and Audi, I think. But Audi, their chassis was ranked like fourth best or something like that. I think there was a chassis review as well, and I was seeing, or I had heard on the weekend warm up that Audi had one of the better chassis, just performance-wise, which is a little shocking.
Well, I mean, they were still using like the Sauber plant, so they can develop the
Yeah.
chassis based off the Sauber car. They're just getting into the brand new power unit, which has been very unreliable. They've scored points, very little though, too, thanks to Bortoletto. So yeah, a new startup team like that is going to need more money to develop the engine.
Hmm.
Cadillac, it's more the car than the engine itself, but that should weigh down Ferrari enough to, yeah, have to develop a better engine. You know,
Hmm.
Aston Martin is Aston Martin, 18th,
Yeah.
18th and last in the drivers' championship.
Oof.
So let's get into some positive. Let's get into
Hmm.
the Spanish Grand Prix here.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, Kyle. Is that all you had?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, it just feels like a rambling podcast.
No, you're good. We got a lot to get
We
out.
just,
We've been gone a while.
yeah, a lot to get out, and just a lot of pent up frustrations with the FIA here and there.
Yeah.
So let's go into. Have you heard of any big upgrades coming to? Any teams bringing any upgrades to this weekend?
No, aside from like I had mentioned, Aston Martin possibly bringing a big one. I think because it's Fernando's home race, Aston Martin might bring one. But aside from other teams, no. Do you have any?
Oh, so Aston Martin's actually going to do it and not bring Lance Stroll to the track? That's their big upgrade?
That would
Interesting.
be an upgrade.
That is a freaking huge upgrade to do that. No, I haven't because everybody pretty much brought them to, was it
Canada.
Montreal?
Yeah.
Was it yeah, I think Montreal was the big. So I guess I guess Barcelona is kind of like Montreal. They're two huge DRS zones. There's that huge front stretch, a lot of high speed turns. So I guess if you had a good upgrade in Montreal, you're going to bring the same thing to Barcelona. So I
Mhm.
guess this wouldn't be the track to do it to. So no, I haven't heard anything. I think everybody's bringing the same thing. Besides, like I said, Red Bull's bringing a new power unit in for Matt.
Yeah. That's all I heard upgrade wise.
So should we just get into Kyle's gambling corner?
Yeah, we can. Um, like I said, I had some picks for Monaco that we never got in, but it's probably a good thing because I'm gonna go over them now, but I didn't need to embarrass myself making the picks on the show last weekend because they all missed. Um, I'll tell you what I have in my notes. So I had two bets crossed out, which were Kimi to win because I wanted to ride the hot hand at plus 500 because he actually wasn't the favorite that weekend, so I would have made so much money on Kimi if he had won at plus 500. But I crossed that bet out. Um, I also, the rumbling, I think I teased to you, Scott, that I had a couple weeks ago was Max to win. And his odds were plus 1200, which I was actually pretty. That's why I was excited about Max getting P2 because Max can make a difference like Max is a deciding factor. He's that good of a driver. So I felt like he was going to be very good in Monaco, which it showed in qualifying, but power unit just failed on him. So that kind of sucked for my would-be bet. But I didn't place those two because I did end up getting the Ferrari fever in Monaco. I bet Charles to win at plus 175 because he was the favorite in Monaco, and I bet Lewis to win at plus 450 just because, like I said, I had the Ferrari fever. I had a feeling or I thought one of the Ferraris was going to win. Didn't happen. I also had an
You
odds
had a
boost.
premium opportunity to use Scarlet Fever and you didn't, by the way.
Oh, I'm
I just want
sorry.
to throw that. Yeah.
What's Scarlet Fever
I'm
from?
sorry. Go ahead.
What's
What's
Scarlet
that?
Fever from?
It's just Scarlet Fever.
Oh,
Just an
my bad.
actual. Yeah. You're good, but
Um,
I'm sorry to interrupt. Go right ahead.
no, you're good. So the odds boost I also had involving Ferrari was Charles, Lewis, and Lando to finish top three. Two of those drivers DNF, so shows how good that bet was. And then I also had Colapinto, Behrman, and Gasly to finish top 10 at plus 1600. Behrman did not finish in the top 10. He DNF'd. So that bet didn't hit for Monaco. But getting into Spain, I'm hoping to have a little bit more luck. I don't have too many bets just because the weekends come on pretty quick getting back from Monaco. Haven't been able to research a whole lot, and I just don't know Spain that well. So again, I'm just gonna, like I did in last weekend, I'm gonna stick with the hot hand. Kimi to win at plus 100. He's favorited again, heavily favorited because he's now won 5 races in a row. I think Scott.
Yes, it's five. It's five in a row.
5K. Thank you. And then I'm going
You're
back
so
to it.
welcome.
Gasly and Behrman and Lawson to finish in the top 10. I am loving these price boosted top 10 bets. And Gasly and Behrman are reoccurring names in there. Um, and then a name that, like Lawson, I don't trust him. I just can't find myself to trust him. I don't know why. But he did finish in the top 10 in Monaco, so I'm going to give him a chance this weekend. But my entire gambling career rides on Liam Lawson this weekend, so I'm not looking too good. Only two bets this week, though. I had a heavy bet slate last weekend with the four that all lost, so just gonna go with two this week.
Rough times in Canada financially, so you just got to kind of hedge your bets into the
Hmm.
two good ones. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and we will have the graphic up on the socials for Kyle's picks.
Yep.
If anybody wants to kind of sneak in and do the opposite of what he does, should we go into our picks for the race?
We should.
We definitely should. That is our bread and butter. I want to go first.
Yep.
Last place for the Spanish Grand Prix. I pick him every damn time, and you know what? I want to continue the tradition, except I want to pick him first. And that's going to be Lance Stroll finishing last for Sunday's Grand Prix. Who do you have?
So another bet I might take just because I saw it was Valtteri Bottas, price boosted to finish last for some reason. I don't know why my gambling app is just shitting on Valtteri for some reason, but I am gonna take Valtteri Bottas to finish last. I might take the bet. I
Maybe,
might have to add that to my slate, Scott.
hmm, maybe your betting app has been hearing all the rumors that Colton Herta is going to be pushed up
Yeah.
into Bottas' seat and he's going to get fired
Even though it was
by the midpoint.
even though he was allegedly confirmed to have the seat for all season, but we know
Yep.
F1.
Yeah, we do know F1. So podium. So bottom step of the podium for me. Just I haven't been thinking of third place. I've been thinking of first and second for me.
Hmm.
So this is going to be off the cuff. Third place, Spanish Grand Prix. I'm going to go Azek Kaijar again. I think he's going to pull
Ooh.
two in a row. Bottom step of the podium.
I thought you were going to steal mine for a second, Scott, because this week L Plan officially comes into effect, and Fernando Alonso finishes third in his home Grand
Son
Prix.
of a bitch, really?
I think Newey has finally cooked something up, and they're going to give it they're going to give it their all for Fernando this weekend.
What is he going to cook up? Food poisoning for the rest of the grid? Like that's the only way
The
this is
only
going to
finishing
happen.
car.
Oh my god, the only car to start. um, wow. Okay. Second place for me. I think he continues the streak, finishing in the podium. Granted, we'll unfortunately have to see his dumb plastic girlfriend. Lewis Hamilton, second place for me.
I was originally gonna go the same Scott with Lewis, but I'm gonna change it up and go with Shaw, because of his new brake system. He's copying Lewis. He switched from the Brembo to carbon material or something. I don't know the brake brands or the other way around, but he's changed it up, and he has something to prove after Monaco. So it's Shaw
Hmm.
on the second step.
Ooh, both Ferraris. Okay, okay, all right, I gotcha. Uh, First place. I think he's due. He's just had a shit run of luck all season. It's the track where he got his first ever Grand Prix win. I think Max Verstappen
Ooh.
the breaks the streak a bit and breaks Kimi Antonelli's streak because I think Mercedes is going to have a bad weekend. I think Kimi's going to get some of that George Russell luck, and Mad Max is going to win the Spanish Grand Prix.
Would that be the first time a Mercedes hasn't finished on the podium this season?
Yes, it would. It would be.
But it won't be for me because I have Kimi Antonelli winning the race yet again, Scott.
And Kyle goes with the corporate pick of Kimi Antonelli. Like I thought he was just going to be kind of being wild and crazy since he had Fernando Alonso finishing third of all fucking spaces. I mean, did you have like your pinky out when you picked Kimi Antonelli?
I did, Scott. Yes. Kimi Antonelli.
Twirling your mustache as you do it.
Yes. It'll be six in a row. Yes, quiet.
Yeah. um, so yeah, I guess that should do it for the podcast. Unless you have anything to add.
No, I don't. Sorry to ramble on you guys, but yeah, me and Scott are just excited to get back at it. It's been a while, so we've been unloading. We haven't been talking about F1 much.
Yes, yes, we really haven't. Like we just really just kind of had all the ideas. Like we had notes, and I think I looked at them once because they were from a week ago, and it's just a lot of stuff going on, and it's just like it's just stuff going in my head. It's just no filter in my head and out my mouth. So hopefully it'll be a little bit more structured for you guys next week.
Yeah.
Um, so Kyle, you have nothing else to add?
No, sir.
All right. Well, I appreciate everybody listening to the Paddock Talk podcast. Uh, Again, we'll be back every week putting a new show up. Again, sorry for the delay. It won't happen again. I just really appreciate everybody listening. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. The more you interact, the more we tend to interact with you guys. So keep on interacting. Like I said, we'll have our graphics thrown up by tomorrow. And I just really appreciate everybody listening on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, pretty much everywhere you get your podcast from. So, as always, I've been Scott.
I have been Kyle.
Thank you guys for listening. Enjoy the Spanish Grand Prix, and we'll talk to you next week.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to Paddock Talk. Don't forget to like and share the episode and check out Paddock Talk on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Discord.